Global War 36 enthusiast here with Operation 38 Special, turn 6.2 CCP and 6.3 USSR. It is January 1939. USSR has a peacetime income increase. We're skipping ahead to that. PPE generated a 5, so I advanced to 17. That gets me above 15, which is necessary for research, so I get 5 tech rolls, 4 for my major factories, 1 for rapid industrialization. First I tried for advanced mechanized infantry at a 7 or higher. PBE generated a 12, so I succeeded, advanced to stage 1. Second, I tried for advanced artillery at a 7 or higher. PBE generated an 11, so I succeeded, I advanced to stage 1. Third, I tried for heavy armor at an 8 or higher. PPE generated a 6, so I failed. Fourth, I tried for jet fighters at an 8 or higher. PPE generated a 1, so I failed. Fifth, I tried for strategic rockets at a 9 or higher. PPE generated a 2, so I failed. Let's go to CCP. They have 5 IPP to spend. They will purchase an artillery for 4 and save 1. Previewing USSR, they have 29 IPP to spend. I'll purchase 1 Marine for 4, 1 naval transport for 7, that's 11. I'll lend lease 1 artillery to the CCP for 4, that's 15. And I'll lend lease 1 artillery to the British, who are in desperate straits, for 4. That gets me to 19, so I'll have 10 saved. Getting out an artillery for the CCP, having a hard time of it. Okay. So, let's go to CCP's turn. I don't have any combat movement. I just have non-combat movement. From Xinjiang, 1 artillery will move to Shanghai. From Shanghai, 1 infantry and 2 cavalry will move to Suyan. And from Shenxi, 1 infantry, 2 mountain will move to Suyan. Trying desperately to hang on to what little I have. Okay. And then I'll place 1 artillery in Xinjiang. And let's do, collect 3 plus 2 bonus is 5. I saved 1, so I will have, for some reason I thought I had, I know what I did wrong. I thought I had 5, but I had 6. And so I saved 2, not 1, so I end up with 7. Okay, sorry about that confusion. All right. Disposition. Well, I guess I should do recruitment for CCP. What am I at? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Recruitment at 6. PBE generated a 5. So I'll get an infantry, and I will add that to the infantry that are in Suyan. So it looks like I've got 5 infantry so far. 1 more will get me up to 6 infantry in Suyan. Okay, so disposition. In Shanghai, 1 artillery. In Xinjiang, 1 artillery. In Suyan, 2 militia, 2 mountain, 2 cavalry. In Shenxi, 2 militia. And in the bank, 7 IPP. Now we'll do some housekeeping before we start USSR's turn. Couple things. When you capture ships in port, it actually happens in the place units phase. It doesn't happen at the end of the combat phase. It used to, but I think maybe in 4.1 or 4.2 it changed to the place units phase. And you capture it in the state it's in. So they're still in skeleton crewed. These 3 ships are skeleton crewed. The destroyer isn't skeleton crewed. They're all in port there in southern England. So there wasn't a chance for Hambone to capture the ships and immediately move them. And in fact, those ones that are skeleton crewed, he captures them. If Panzer J doesn't recapture southern England this turn, then Hambone would have to basically spend the turn recrewing those 3. The destroyer could leave, but the other ones are basically going to be held there. And it isn't necessarily the best thing that Hambone captured those 4, because that actually gives Panzer J a chance to recapture them if he takes southern England. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. Great move by Hambone, as usual. And then the other housekeeping was in Paris. I think it was paintball that caught that on round 2, one of the defending French infantry rolled a 1, which does give them target select against a vehicle class unit. And of course, they would have picked the medium armor. That's the vehicle they would select. And then I think it was crew chief noticed that Hambone had a mathematical error and took too many hits off the French on round 2. So there was actually 1 surviving French infantry to roll on round 3. We PBE'd it, and of course it was a 1, which took another medium armor. So Paris is held with a light armor, 3 medium armor, and 3 self-propelled artillery. Okay, USSR's turn. We already talked about the purchases. Combat movement. So Germany and USSR signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, and per the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact, even though USSR is not at wartime income and can't declare war or do sphere of influence attacks, it can, per MRP, attack Viipuri province. So from Karelia, 5 infantry will move into Viipuri province. From Leningrad, a fighter and tactical will go to Viipuri province. They'll go 1-2, because now aircraft flying over forts in 4.3 does trigger them if those fighters are involved in that combat. So I'll step around and avoid triggering the fortification on the border of Leningrad and Viipuri. So these 7 units will attack those 3 units. Then in C-Zone 14, now, actually, you know what? I had teed up to attack this guy, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can attack him. That's an interesting rule. I can only attack Viipuri province, so... okay, so I'll just move this torpedo boat destroyer in here, go in port. If I can attack that, I will, but I actually just... on the fly here, I realized I don't think I can attack that coastal defense ship. So that's interesting. Okay. So that's my attack there into Viipuri province. Per MRP, I'm allowed to attack the Baltic states, any of the Baltic states. And so from Leningrad, 1 air transport will... I'm not attacking, I'm annexing. It'll fly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, land back in Leningrad, and it will annex Lithuania. That's an automatic success. It's a walk-on. And so I'll go up 1 with the Soviet Union to 18. Okay, then per MRP, I am also allowed to attack the 3 eastern Polish territories, Podlachia, Lubelski, and East Poland. So from northern Belarusia, 1 cavalry will walk into Podlachia. These are not annexations. I actually have to do the attacks here, but that's empty. From southern Belarusia, 1 infantry, 1 cavalry, 1 motorized will go into Lubelsky. From western Russia, 1 infantry, 1 cavalry, 4 motorized infantry, 1 light armor, and 1 fighter will go into East Poland. And then these guys will, if successful, oh shoot, did I just break that? Gosh, I did. Okay. These, if successful, the light armor and fighter will blitz to Lubelsky. So I'll do this attack before I do this attack. Get these guys in there too. And I think that's all my attacks, I do believe. So I don't have the naval attack. Let's roll some dice. Get myself set up here. All right. Let's do the Viipuri province first. I have 5 at 2. I'm in the march, but it doesn't affect infantry. So 5 at 2. Nothing. Got 1 at 6 with the fighter. Hit. And 1 at 7 with the tactical. Hit. Okay, so he's got 3 at 4, and he'll have 1 guy left over. 3 at 4. Miss. All right, so second round, let's do the fighter at 6. Hit. And let's do the defending infantry at 4. Hit. Okay, well, that was perfectly average. I took it with 4 infantry. Even if it wasn't, it's not worth anything, but even if it was, I can't collect for that because I'm not at full production. The fighter and tactical will land back in Leningrad. And I removed the Finnish fortification. All right, so let's do... oh, and then I'm going to immediately sign the Moscow Peace Treaty, which I can only sign if I've done the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. And this time I did get it right. So signed the Molotov-Ribbentrop, went into Viipuri, only stopped there, and ended the war between Finland and USSR. So Finland is now a neutral country. No one can lend lease to them or do recruitment roles for them. All right, now let's do the attack in East Poland, which has 1 militia. So I've got a light armor. Let's just do the fighter. Hopefully the fighter will hit. Nope. Well, I hit twice in a row with the fighter in Viipuri, so I was due. Okay, 1 light armor and 1 cavalry at 3. Hopefully one of those will hit. Nope. And then I've got 1 infantry and 4 motorized infantry, so that's 5 at 2. It'd be bad if I don't. Okay, good. I needed to get a hit. I did. He's got 1 at 2. Miss. Okay. So I do blitz on from East Poland, which is worth 1, but I don't count that. I just keep track of that score separately because I can't collect for that. Blitz up with the fighter and the light armor. So let's do, I've got 1 infantry and 1 motorized infantry at 2. Hit. He's got 2 at 2. Miss. Oh, okay, so I got lucky. I didn't lose anything at all. Figured with all those militia rolls, I guess he had 3 militia rolls, so take Lubelsky. On the board, I'm going to keep track that I have 1 captured Russian territory that I'm not collecting for. All right. Let's do non-combat movement, which I don't think I have a lot of. That fighter, it went 1 to East Poland, 2 to Lubelski. It has a range of 4. 1, 2. Let's go 3, 4 to Smolensk. Land in Smolensk. All right. This light armor's up here. All these guys are in there. All right. I only have two non-combat movements. From Leningrad, 1 light armor will move to Kola. And from Western Russia, 1 light armor will move to Kola. Placement of units. In Leningrad, 1 Marine. Also in port in Leningrad, 1 naval transport. Then we've got some Lend-Lease deliveries. From Novosibirsk, 1 artillery will strategic rail down to Xinjiang. That will get me 2 artillery there. And then to the beleaguered British, 1 artillery built in Leningrad, rails up to Kola, embarks. Then it moves 1 to A5, 2 to whatever that is, A3, I think. 3 to A17, goes in port in northern England. All right. So collect income, I have 17. I saved 10, so I'll have 27 for next turn with USSR. I think I said I had 7 with the CCP. Disposition. Oh, I have to do recruitment rolls. I've got 1 for Mongolia at 4, 1 for Spain at 5. Let's see what happens. Mongolia succeeds with a 3, and Spain succeeds with a 5. So Mongolia, I'll add another infantry to Central Mongolia. And I'll add, let's keep adding militia. 2 more militia to Catalonia. All right. So Catalonia has 6 militia, 4 infantry, 1 cavalry, 1 artillery, a heavy cruiser in port, a fighter, a medium bomber. In A44, Spanish Republicans have a destroyer and a coastal sub. In A14, there are 4 subs in port in Leningrad, 1 heavy cruiser, 1 light cruiser, 3 destroyers, 1 torpedo boat destroyer, 1 naval transport. In Leningrad, 3 infantry, 2 militia, 1 marine, 1 seaplane, 1 fighter, 1 tactical, 1 air transport. In Viipuri province, 4 infantry. In Kola, 1 infantry, 2 light armor. In Smolensk, 1 fighter. I want this fighter in up in Leningrad to land here in Kola. That's where I want him. Okay, let me think about this for a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could land in northern Belarusia or Smolensk. I'm going to land in Smolensk. Okay, keep that guy where he is. In Moscow, 1 infantry. In Smolensk, 1 fighter. In Lubelski, 1 airborne infantry. In Podlachia, 1 cavalry. In Lubelski, 1 infantry, 1 cavalry, 1 motorized infantry, 1 light armor. In East Poland, 1 infantry, 1 cavalry, 4 motorized infantry. In Kiev, 4 infantry. In Transcaucasia, 5 infantry. Crimea, 1 infantry. M11, 1 coastal submarine. M12, 1 torpedo boat destroyer. Turkmenistan, 1 infantry. In Central Mongolia, 2 infantry, 1 cavalry, 1 in Krulin, 1 militia. I think that is it. Next up is 6.4 Japan with Hambone.